In this video, I'm going to discuss training frequency and intensity for trained lifters. And this is available as a free PDF. It's also posted on my Quora. The link to the PDF will be in the comments and in the description. But it's all on archive.org under the username Iron Resilience 91. Pretty much all of my stuff is Iron Resilience 91. And if you can't find something or need something, email me. ironresilience91@gmail.com. And we also have the website ironresilience.net. We're going as our brand, Iron Discipline by Iron Resilience. So, first thing, training each muscle group 2 to 4 times per week is going to outperform the once a week kind of split. We're talking about the bro splits, the Hollywood splits, the influencer splits, where, strength and hypertrophy is concerned. So in practical terms, you can hit your back and chest and legs once a week very hard, and that's enough. But the smaller muscle groups is not really the case. And also, most people are undertrained more than overtrained, and do train hard once a week philosophy. It's usually only done by people already maintaining or already built their physiques up. So that's basically what I'm saying here. In practical terms, large muscle groups, back, chest, legs, can be trained every 48 to 96 hours without overtraining or understimulating your progress. Smaller groups, arms, delts, fancy word for shoulders, forearms, neck, traps, even calves, they tolerate higher frequency and respond well to pump stall work. But they can and also must be trained heavy and hard sometimes. And you can get away with training your arms, if you manage it every day, same as shoulders, especially if they're a weak point. But, definitely, you're in the safe zone if you're training 48 to 72 hours apart, alright? Now, your big, heavy lifts, squat, bench, row, deadlift, press, they respond to, training them more frequently with less, total volume being done. Extremely high intense work, near failure, near 1 rep max, is more from strategic, minimal, quick sessions. That's not done frequently. The more traditional stuff is a slow grind. So, if you're doing a lot of high intensity stuff, you're better off cycling it. You shouldn't run it for more than 3 to 4 weeks. Then do a deload or take a week off and come back stronger. So your ideal splits. These are for your average guy and your average guy on steroids. Because basically, one's going to look slightly better and recover faster. Because, none of us are Mr. Olympia. So your first one, push, pull, legs. Some people train at 3, push, pull, and legs. That's it, 3 days a week. No, you do it 6 days a week. And obviously that's higher frequency. It's better for hypertrophy. Now you can do 3 strength days, 3 hypertrophy days. A push day focus on strength, a push day focus on hypertrophy, likewise for pull and legs. And we also have the Arnold or the Agonist, Antagonist split. Basically this is chest, back, shoulders, arms, and legs. So it's a bit more taxing, as training 2 large muscle groups, chest and back, in the same session can be taxing. So you may want to go with chest and arms, shoulder and back, and legs for that split. Now the next one, the upper lower split. That's 4 days a week. You get trained twice weekly. And, it's mostly like a strength and source routine. You got upper strength focus, or upper power focus, or upper hypertrophy focus. And then you have the same for lower. So you have upper strength, lower strength, take a day off, upper hypertrophy, lower hypertrophy, and you're finished on next week. And that's one of the best long-term structures for natural lifters. And you have full body training. We're getting into like the Steve Reeves, the Ridge Park, old school stuff. It's only 3 days a week. You can even get away with 2 days. And it's best for strength, long-term growth, athletes, and untrained lifters. And it's one of those kind of hacks that people do when they kind of want to keep up with enhanced lifters, but it's not going to be enough to do that. And the suboptimal approaches, you got the bro split, basically chest day, arm day, leg day, shoulder day, all this, is, unless you're genetically elite or enhanced, it's not that great. It's very slow progress, it's mostly for pumps and entertainment, and it's insufficient for growth, and it's mainly for maintenance or injury prevention. And Hollywood routines is for flash, it's for selling you stuff. It's not based on science, it's aesthetic manipulation. And on movie, you're seeing a guy that's basically starved to death using camera tricks, lighting, angles, severely dehydrated. There could be CGI, there could be even AI nowadays, and there's definitely some steroids or stimulants involved. And these routines are, they're not functional, and they're not really durable or performance based. If you want a guy that's kind of actually teaching like a decent version of that, I would go with Kino Body, honestly, myself. Out of all those Hollywood type guys, he's the least evil kind of one of them. Actually, I think he's a decent fella myself. And we got Hollywood actor routines. High flash, oh, sorry, my bad. Influencer routines, chaotic, unstructured programming driven by, algorithm stuff, content creation. It seems overly scientific with information overload, or just pure nonsense for their personal brand. It's basically like look at that Jesse James West guy, or Will Tennyson, or Mike Israel, or Jeff Nevert. Yeah, they kind of know what they're doing, or science-based, or all this stuff, but it's still like a total cult. It's, still like, I really fucking hate when I'm doing these videos and people like are non-stop DMing me. But anyways, yeah, it's either like a scientific, guy, like it's literally either for nerds that like think they can get away with not taking steroids and become like pro elite level bodybuilders without even the genetics for it. Or it's basically some like genetic freak on steroids talking in his ass trying to sell you some magic power or whatever else, or just being a drama queen or comedian or clown. It's always about vanity and money. And we got the last one here I wanted to talk about. Intensity and volume reality. Without any fairy tales. Muscle growth is primarily driven by total hard sets performed close to failure, not a specific rep range. Strength is built primarily at intensities around 80% of the 1 rep max, while that lift is like lifted for, 3 lifts, 4 reps, 5 reps, don't matter. But 3 and below, you're getting into central nervous system taxing. That's the next thing I want to say. That is often overstated, but it's real. And what actually kills the progress is poor volume management, not like the occasional single lift. So the bottom line, train hard, like an adult, a grown man who wants results. Carefully manage all the stress, all your recovery, all your sleep, everything. Practice it, be progressive, and basically do it for years. And we got a Telegram going on now, a new Telegram channel as a paid private invite only channel. We do have a 7-day trial where you can invite yourself or 9 other people, but after that 7 days, the link gets revoked. And yeah, don't worry, I'll be managing these links. Because I know what people be like. It's going to be pooling their money together, or one guy buying it and then passing the link around. But the problem with that is I'm going to be approving and seeing everybody who joins. And you're all going to get something that an invite code can't buy to verify who you are. So, and on that, I know what Telegram channels end up being usually. Extremism, violence, propaganda, hate, illegal shit, drugs, whatever else. Porn, shit like that. But, we're the anti-Telegram channel. Just like this is the anti-influencer fitness stuff. And just like we're also, the anti-pickup artists, anti-black pill, anti-red pill, anti-blue pill. This is more about us for what we're against, not what we actually are for. And that proves what we actually are for, which is discipline. Discipline over everything. Willpower. Commitment. Compounding small habits over time, the long haul. Yeah, guys are willing to stay in the friend zone with a woman for 5 to 6 years and coddle her through every breakup. But, you're not willing to commit to your business plan for 5 years. Come on, dude. That's what this is about. Yeah, I'm not a bodybuilder, not a fighter, not a special forces guy. Not a ex-con man, just a guy, and that's what I want to promote here. It's being just a guy, but being a smart, fit guy. So thanks for watching. We'll be doing some more long-form videos later on, but for now, this is better than staring at me watching my mouth go. Right? You're actually reading what I'm saying. The visual stuff's already there, what I look like, what I eat, We'll be talking about that later as well. Alright, boys. I'm out.